Hey, it's Al Angelo bringing you part 2 of the wrong way to do a differential. Yeah, from Spec Miatas. All right, if you didn't watch the first video, here's the second video. I'll go recap. We've got a 430 open diff here, and I explained how to identify an open diff. And I've got what I believe is going to be a 410 Type 1 Torsen out of a 94 to 97 on this side. So still, I know it's a Torsen, but I'm not sure of the gear ratio. If we pop this thing off and it's 430 geared, we're golden. If I pop it off and it's 410, we're not, okay? So we're gonna have to do a move. So the plan is to remove the Torsen spool from this differential and put it into this differential, so I make this 430 gearing into a Torsen the wrong way. The reason why I keep saying that, I built differentials for 20 years for Ford Motor Company. They taught me the right way to build differential. This is not it, okay? So I'm doing this inexpensively and quickly because I don't care if the rear end howls or makes noises or whines on tip in or whines on decel or anything like that. In the Spec Miata, we can't hear the friggin' rear end anyway, so it really doesn't matter. So that's why I do it like this, okay? I do have some rules that I try to follow, and I'll explain those as we go along. So with that, this is called a pumpkin, okay? A lot of people call this a dropout. Some people call it a pumpkin. Some people call it the third member. Usually I refer to this as the pumpkin. This pumpkin is still attached to the housing. These housings get broken all the time, especially if you get hit in the rear. And so I did see a company making a little brace that you can put on here and weld it all up, but I don't have any of those. So we're going to separate this pumpkin from this housing, and then we'll find out what the gear ratio is. If it is 410s, which I think it is, then we're going to continue to remove the Torsen spool from here, and we're going to put it in here. Okay, so I'm going to set this one off to the side for right now. And there is a series of 12 millimeter bolts right here that we need to take off. So let me get set up, and we'll see if we can get them off with this gun. And that's a no. All right. So we'll crack them loose with a 12 millimeter wrench. And it does have like a hidden one also, so I'll show you that here in a second. See, there's one underneath here. Now, what some people don't understand is that there's a hole right here. And if I can get this thing to pry up a little bit. And you go through that hole, this hole, and it goes right to here. This one's kind of stuck on there, but we might deal with that a little bit later. All right. And hopefully this one's already empty. Okay, I got this one cracked loose. I'm going to tap back that, you see this is sticking in the way of my hole here, so I'm just going to see if I can tap that back up there. Should move up. That's good. Okay. See if I can get in there. Oh, I need another extension. Grab another one. Be right back. I got a couple of them. Okay, now 2 of these bolts are going to be different. Okay. This is one of them. Get rid of all these extensions. And there's going to be a little short one that's different. I think it's this one. Nope. Yep, this one. All right, those two are different. I'll show you here in a minute. Okay. So this one and this one are different from all of these. Okay, these are all the same. These two are different. These two, the reason why these two are different is that when you go to put the pumpkin back in, these ones have to go in first. This is what aligns everything up perfectly well. They're like alignment dowel pins, and they're also the bolt that lines everything up. So when the axles go in, everything goes in nice and true. So you just got to make sure that you're aware that those two have to be tightened first. Okay. All right. So I got all the bolts off of it, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try to hit it to try to create a vibration without breaking it, so that it helps break the seal of the silicone. And you can even hear it starts to make a different sound. All right. Okay, I'm just going to take a flat blade screwdriver. Sometimes this is not easy, and I'm going to try to get in between the seam here and start to split it. And I really want to make sure I got all the bolts, because every time I tell the kids to do this, they're like, oh, it won't come off. And then I look and they don't have all the bolts off. Okay, looks like I got them off. All right, so I'm going to come right up here at the seam. And I always try to come up at the top, not the bottom, so that if I do accidentally gouge the aluminum, it doesn't make a leak. Okay. This is definitely a Torsen. Okay, we'll set that there. All right, so this is a Torsen, and what I need to do is I need to figure out what the gear ratio is. Okay, so I don't know if I could make a mark on this tooth. Yeah. So all I'm doing is I'm just kind of making something I'm going to be able to identify. All right. I already know that the pinion gear has 10 teeth. Pretty much all Miatas have 10 teeth on the pinion gear. I need to find out how many teeth are on the ring gear. When I do this in class, I tell 2 people to count them and don't tell each other. And that way, kids can't seem to count past 30. So and then I see if they match. All right. All right. So here we go. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 43. I'm going to count it again, because if that's a 43, I've already got a 430 Torsen. I don't have to do anything. So I'm going to count again. All right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 41.
41.
41. Okay?
Just like the kids.
Yeah. Mr. Angelo can't count to 43. All right. I'm thinking it's a 410. Okay? So, which is what I suspected that it probably was. Okay? So this is a 410. It's not a 430. I want it to be a 430. That's where this open diff comes. It's a 430. Okay? So we can go ahead and try and count them and see. Okay, so I'm going to set this housing aside. All right, so let's make sure. I bought this from a friend of mine. It's got 430 written all over it. So let's go ahead and mark up a tooth. All right, that's a 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. Okay, so that's a 430. I want that spool in this differential, okay, in order to make this a 430 Torsen, all right, the wrong way, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get our spool first, all right? So I'm going to set that aside. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do before I do anything else, and this is very important that you do this, is that I need to mark the caps, okay? So this cap and this cap. So these are the caps here, the carrier caps. And I need to mark them. They are mated for life. Notice they don't fit very well. They're not like perfect, okay? So you can't go, oh, that's not right because it doesn't fit right, okay? So the best way to do it is I just put a mark on it, all right? So in this case, we're just gonna make a punch mark and a punch mark, okay? And I only need to do one side, okay? I don't need to do the other side because there's only two, all right? Okay, so now I'm good to go ahead and take this thing apart, all right? And so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take these two 12s off. I think I already got a 12 here. And these help lock the adjustment into place. I'm going to set those over there, okay? So now I'm going to need some bigger guns to take these two 14s off. So I'm going to go with an adapter. And a 14 millimeter. And I need an air hose, which I got right over here. Okay. Put those bolts aside. Okay, that cap comes off of there. This cap comes off of here. And the whole thing should come out now. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put my caps right back on where they came off, so that there is no confusion if I ever want to use this housing, this pumpkin again, that I didn't screw it up for life and have to throw the whole thing away. Okay.
There's your marks.
Okay, my marks. All right. These, they don't have to, they're not side sensitive at this point. Okay, and here's my pinion gear. So if I look on the pinion gear, I can count 10 teeth. We'll start at 12 o'clock. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so 10 divided by 43, 430 gearing. 10 divided by 41, so that's your 410 gearing. All right, so let's go ahead and take the ring gear off. And all I need to do is buzz off all these ring gear bolts. Okay, so the ring gear is kind of stuck on there, and the way that I just get it off is I just take a punch and just punch it off. Okay, there's our gold right there. That's what we're looking for. Okay, this is the piece that I want right here. That's the only thing I need out of that differential. I only need this part right here, which is the Torsen. So I'm going to go ahead and set this aside now. That's my Torsen. And here's my open diff. Okay. So once again, we're going to mark this one here. Okay. And now I'm going to go ahead and pull this one down. I know, I make it look so easy. It is easy. Nothing on these cars is hard. Okay. Notice that I don't leave the caps off. I tell the kids in my class, make sure you put the caps right back on. Mr. Angelo, we can't find our caps. The caps grew legs and wandered off, and then I think he took our caps, and they're all messed up. So I have some differentials back here, about 15 of them, just for the kids, because I have no idea what parts are on there. Okay? All right. Okay, so this, it should be 10 here. Okay, so we're going to start here, this one here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that looks good. All right, so that's 10, and we already counted this being as 43. Okay, so we're going to set these aside over there. We're going to buzz this ring gear off. Okay, and here's our open diff. So what I'm going to do is, that's the part we need for this part. I'm going to take this 410 gearing and I'm going to put it on this here. Okay. Okay. So what I'm going to do is make an open 410. So I will go ahead and I start all these threads first before I start winding them down, okay? And they have to be torqued too. And normally we would put Loctite on these, but I don't use 410s. This probably end up being like one of the kids' differentials that they could build. So star pattern. Bring it down a little at a time. Okay. All right. So this is the one I want to keep. I want to use this one with that and this. These go to there. Okay. Well, I think sometimes I do this. Let me see if this works. There we go. Using a harmonic balancer as a stand. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Okay, goes in there. Put this in here. These are threaded. These are bearing races. I'm not going to be setting it up. I just want to get it together enough where it
doesn't fall apart.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a no mark. Okay. Okay. This one should have the mark. Yep. You see my marks there. Oops. Okay. All right. Set that aside over there. Okay. We're back to this one over here. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I want to clean everything up. Okay. And then once I get everything cleaned up, I'm going to come back at you on how to replace these bearings. Okay. You could take them maybe to a machine shop or something like that and have them press them off and on, but that costs money. And so can you reuse them? No. Okay. So have I reused them? No, never. But I'm going to go ahead and show you how to replace them at home. All right. So let me get everything all cleaned up, and then I'll get set up on how to replace those bearings and make sure I have the right bearings. I bought some, when I looked at them, I'm like, oh man, those don't look right, but I'll try it. And so let me make sure I got the right bearings, and then I'll come back at you with the next step. All right. Be right back. Okay. I came back and I got all the parts cleaned up. So what I did is I just have a small solvent tank, and I cleaned them up in solvent. I rinsed them with water, and then I dried them off really good. Okay, so I got the carriers all cleaned up, the ring gear, I cleaned this up, the pinion gear, I cleaned up my ends. So got, you know, my ring gear bolts here are all clean, ready to go. And I got the new bearings. Okay, so I want to check to make sure that these bearings are the right bearings. And so what I do is I just take the race, the outer race, this is called the outer race, and just make sure it fits on my other one. That looks good. Kind of make sure this looks like it's the same inside diameter. That all looks good. So the next trick is taking this off. This work gets kind of tricky. Okay, so for that, we're going to make another video on how to go ahead and take these bearings out and then maybe put the whole thing back together. Okay, all right. Hey, thanks for chiming in. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, all right, so you don't miss any of these videos as they come out to you. And I'll see you at the racetrack.